At 11:06 Albuquerque 6457 in Santa Fe. We're 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
Back? No. Just started.
Well,
Live.
starting.
Just starting.
Just starting.
Live. Thing is screwing with me. It says mic is muted on my screen here. We're doing.
In your room it is, because I want to take it off the air.
Got it.
What I'm sending out on the air.
Thank you. So we're live streaming. Oh my gosh, you can see me. If you don't know what I look like, take a look.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Go in the growing the little winter goatee. Watch Fat Man last night. Mel Gibson as Santa, drinking a shot of whiskey with the Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, I had fun. I watched Pluribus, the new.
It's filmed here, right?
It's filmed here. Yeah.
Is it good?
It's really good. Yeah, it's interesting.
I boycotted Breaking Bad, so I never saw the whole thing.
Yeah, if you're afraid that Vince Gilligan's making another show like Breaking Bad, it's more like X-Files. Absolutely. It's a sci-fi, and it is.
It was stupid of me to boycott because I was like, because it was worth the watch. What I'm waiting for, that I'm excited about, second season of Landman. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Oh my God!
I thought that was a good. I thought it was
everything I want to believe about what happens with big oil, and big industry, and drug cartels, and all that seems to be. I don't know. It's still a show, but I was like, seems true to me.
Yeah.
Found the stuff that I want to believe, and maybe that's what that's all about. If you don't know, my name's Richard Hobson from Jericho Nursery. Jerry asked me this morning, what's the theme? What are we calling? And what's the title of the show? And I just looked at the weather. Fall is for planting, and we guarantee it. Somebody said in a talk this week to a group of people, it really annoyed me, and I will not share the name of the company or person, but he said, picking on nurseries specifically, not just like Walmart and Home Depot and Lowe's, he said, when people say fall is for planting, they're just, nurseries specifically, are just trying to get rid of their junk. And I'm going to counter that with, there is strong studies showing that New Mexico, specifically Albuquerque, in a little colder climates, there's a few exceptions, but Albuquerque allows for year-round planting, and fall is a better time to plant than spring.
Oh, and today's a better day than tomorrow will be. For
getting out 10 degrees.
Tomorrow's going to be nice and cool.
Yeah. 10 degrees cooler.
Today's going to be beautifully balmy.
We hit one frost right at 32 degrees the week before Halloween, barely freezing. My tomatoes are still fine.
I didn't get my basil or tomatoes.
I got nipped. Like, the way I describe it is Jack Frost has this little wand out and was just dancing around, touching here and touching there. Didn't just freeze everything. And it's November 8th, and we still haven't had a frost. And we don't have a frost predicted, as far as I can see on my app on my phone, for the next 10 days. And we're 60 tomorrow. We're still in the upper 30s and then back into the 40s. And I do have a clearance section. I'm dumping junk. For 75% off, you can buy a $60 shrub for $15. It's worth it. I've got some cool stuff. I got some Russian sage, some Caryopteris. They look terrible, but they're dormant. They're going to come back. They're going to be fine. So yes, I am dumping junk, but I also have brought in 3 or 4 trucks this week or two. I was going to say month, but honestly, I've brought 3 trucks in the last week, and I've got one more coming Monday or Tuesday.
Wow.
Pansies are still great. I just got some beautiful pansies and violas grown in Corrales, some of the nicest we've had. I put them on sale for $6.99, flats for $39.99, regular $7.99, $45. Excuse me. And I got a bunch of broadleaf evergreens. They're on sale. Regular $60 on sale for $50. It's Photinia, boxwood, Indian hawthorn. It is a better time to plant. You don't have the summer sun coming quickly behind spring. You don't have spring winds. It's cooler at night. There's a lot less transpiration of water being taken out of the plant. It's a better time to plant. Now, selection isn't as good as it is in the spring. Like, I don't have a lot of roses. But what I do have coming Monday or Tuesday And it's a good place to talk about what's blooming now and what's looking good in the fall color. 505-243-3333 as I look up at the board. We are a call-in show. You can call and ask me any question you want. Probably it would be better if we keep it in the gardening section, but you can ask me anything you want if you want. Richard from Jericho Nursery, 505-243-3333. Give us a call. Open show. Fall is for planting, and we guarantee it. And I've got 50 trees coming in, all of them fall color trees. And it's going to be difficult for me to describe. We are having the perfect fall, and the 3 or 4 that are striking cottonwoods, oh my gosh, somebody looks like, my wife said it earlier, somebody looks like they turned on a switch. They just glow. I like them better than aspen. I think we talked about it 2 weeks ago. The one thing the cottonwood doesn't have that the aspen has is the sound of the wind moving through. There's something magical and spiritual to me about that sound. But the leaf color on a cottonwood, oh my gosh, going up to the Jemez, that whole valley. But when I go to work on Edith, it's unbelievable. So cottonwoods, the fastest growing, biggest tree money can buy. You better have some room, and you better expect some root problems, because the 5 fastest growing trees, cottonwood, mulberry, willow, sycamore, maple, and I throw in elm, and I'll talk about elm in a minute. Fastest growing trees money can buy. All the first 5 need a lot of water. I'll talk about elm right now. Elm does not need as much water, and it's not Siberian elm, which we all call Chinese elm, which is truly a Siberian elm, which is a weed tree with lots of seeds and bugs and diseases, but nothing kills a tree. I have them all over my neighborhood, and though I hate blowing the seed and cleaning it up, I would hate even more if the trees were not there. But there are now American elms, and the one I have the most of right now is called a Frontier. I put one in my backyard, and somebody asked me several years ago for a fast-growing, low-water use tree, and I'm like, yeah, no such thing. Elm is that tree, and 20 years ago, elm were not used. American elms were not thought about. We have introduced over the last 20 years lots of low water use trees for our climate specifically. Elm is one of them. I put this Frontier elm in my backyard. It grew 5 foot a year for the first 5 years. It was 25 foot tall in 5 years. This last year, it slowed down its height growth and is girthing out. Last year with that early snow, late frost, where the thing was still full of leaves, I lost a few branches on it, but it gets red in the fall, and it's just now starting to get its color. So Frontier elm, we just got in one of the trucks I got in Mesa Glow maples. That is a maple that was designed down at New Mexico State University, supposed to be much better for the New Mexico area. A smaller tree than a silver maple. Kind of like a pear, 15 by 25, 15 foot wide, 25 foot tall. Great fall color. It's supposed to be a good maple for New Mexico. The ones I'm seeing that I like the most are pears, and there's several different pears. But ornamental, if you ask for ornamental pear, I looked up Google. Don't trust Google, by the way, because I looked up on Google, and it had, I looked up, there's Chanticleer, there's Aristocrat, there's Bradford, there's Javelin, and basically it had all pears the same, and it's not true. Javelin is, as its name sounds, very narrow. Cleveland and Chanticleer are the same pear. Chanticleer is a trade name, so I pay 50 cents more a tree for that name. That is a 15 by 25 foot tree, just like the maple I mentioned. Bradford's a 20 by 20. Aristocrat's a 30 by 30. And when I looked them up on Google, it all had the same size. So careful. Google's a good place to start, but then come to us or go to one of your professionals and ask for specifics, and they should know what I just mentioned, that 3 or 4 different pairs or 3 or 4 different sizes. All great glossy green leaves. First thing to flower in spring and March, you're going to see those white flowers. Some people are annoyed by the smell. I particularly like it. It's kind of like paper white narcissus. It's really strong and perfumey. Some say cat urine. I don't know, or cat pee. I won't use the other one, but it's that pungent. So sometimes some people are put off by that. But first thing to flower, dark green, not evergreen, dark green leaves and fall color, your oranges and yellows. The other one out there that is, oh my gosh, so variant is Chinese pistache. I have both of those trees, and the last one, oh my God, you're seeing it. Raywood ash is that burnt red. oh, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And purpley plum. But that Raywood ash is burnt red, dark green. So all of those trees are coming in Monday or Tuesday. And I'm going to put most of them on sale. Let me just tell you, it'll be Raywoods, pears, and plums will be on sale for $150. That saves you $100. And I don't think you're 6 months ahead. I think you're a year ahead by planting now. Again, you're not fighting the spring winds. The tree will grow roots in the wintertime. It is much less uh, jeopardizing that you missed watering, though you shouldn't, but the trees will absolutely root all winter long. And if you're thinking, well, I don't know if I buy it, well, then buy into at least the next 2 to 3 weeks or a month. Most people probably turn off at Thanksgiving. If you didn't turn off at Halloween, some people turn off at Halloween, but our weather's been fantastic. So probably you still are like, is it too late? No, it's never too late. But for us, it's too late. Like I said, the switch that people have for cottonwoods, people have a switch for the garden too, and they turn it off. And that when it turns off, there's damn near nothing I can do to make you come in. And Thanksgiving is that for sure. Christmas, January. Okay, I can almost understand January. Okay, I'm going to huddle down. Days have just gotten to the point where they're getting longer, but it's been short days. Time has changed. It's dark. You're watching TV, doing all that stuff. But you've got the time, and fresh pansies just came in. Again, I'm trying to make some room. I've got a great selection of perennials that are half price. Most of the bedding stuff, except these new pansies, are half price. So yes, I'm trying to dump some stuff, but I also am bringing in brand new product that I'm putting on sale because it's fall and because people think, well, I don't know if I want to. So I'm enticing and encouraging you a little to do some planting this fall in the next couple of weeks. Christmas trees are ordered and going to ship early. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. It's Richard from Jericho Nursery. I'm at News Radio KKOB 96.3 News Radio KKOB. The number's 243-3333. I'm Richard from Jericho. We're going to take our first break. Light them up for me. Let me know you're listening. Let me know you're out there and you can hear me. Thank you. Till right after the break. I'll be right back. Playing with the mic. Seeing how I'm doing. You can hear me fading out. Moving my head back and forth.
This is the song to do it to.
Yeah. It's Richard from Jericho Nursery. I own Jericho Nursery. My wife, praying in tongues. Reverse that, back it up. My wife's at the nursery getting ready and helping facilitate our Christmas trees that are coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Already.
Right. So I say that, and then I'm done in one breath. In 2 weeks from now, I'm going to switch gears and say, hey, it's time to buy a Christmas tree. Please buy a Christmas tree. I got to buy some new stands. She's directing because we're wholesalers, so we're selling to a couple other people, and we get 500 Christmas trees. Big trees coming this year. And it's 70 degrees today and 60 tomorrow and not going to freeze. And so what should I be doing? I bought more grub killer this week because I needed to. Somebody asked and I didn't have it. So I went and got some, and I sent him to another nursery looking for it and went and bought 8 bags because, Charlotte, I'll get with you in just a second and I'll lead right into your ugly weed problem. With these warm temperatures, people are still having grub problems. The grubs are actively feeding. They are still doing damage. If you have what I call shrapnel in your lawn, and it looks like somebody went in and thrashed it, it's either coons or skunks, and they're digging for grubs. So if everything's been tore up, like just, oh my God, what's going on? You have grubs, and the critters are after the grubs. The customer that came in asked for what was going on. His dog did that. So he knows, his dog has a nose for the grubs. So I went and bought a grub killer, and I would typically say by the first week in November, it's way too late. They'll go dormant. I got in a debate. It was an argument. No, it wasn't even an argument. I called the state who recommends treating for grubs in July and August and said, wait a minute. I have way too many people showing up in spring, April, May, that have active grubs, and knowing the life cycle of the insect and how to treat, knowing the life cycle of a weed and how to treat and when to treat is really, really important and valuable. So the grubs are larvae of a beetle. They typically will go into a crassula or cocoon stage and winter over. But because our seasons have gotten longer and warmer, those grubs are active in spring. They're active right now. If you're seeing people, critters in your lawn looking for grubs, you should treat. There's a grub killer for it. And with that, Charlotte, I feel the same way about your weed killers. A yellow leaf, is it flat on the ground, or what's it look like?
It's pretty much flat. I have a nice, pretty green lawn with this red or a yellow patch in the middle, and it's the same height as the grass is, and it's pretty ugly looking. Do I treat it now, or do I wait till spring, or what should I do?
You should do both is the answer, because again, we have such nice warm temperatures. Weed killers need to work on actively growing weeds, but because the weather's so nice, this weed is still actively growing.
Yeah.
Typically, I would say no. I have taught for decades that warm season grasses, and my native grass is blue gum and buffalo and Bermuda, go dormant by September. My warm season native grass is still green. It's still actively growing. Your weed is still actively growing. So you need to use a weed out type product. And the one that we have is chickweed, oxalis, and one other. It's made by Bonide. This is a leafy weed, right, Charlotte? It's not a grassy weed. It's a leafy weed. It has leaves.
I guess I'd call it that. Yeah.
As long as it has a leaf and not a blade.
Okay.
Then you want the chickweed, oxalis, and there's one other name on the bottle, but we'll all know what you're talking about. Comes in a concentrate or ready to use, which is a squirt bottle. I think we might even have a ready to spray, which hooks to the end of a hose. It only works on what you spray it on, so there's no need to spray it where there isn't the problem. People have a tendency.
Damage the grass that's right up next to it.
No, you can spray it in the grass. That's why I'm recommending it. You can spray it in the grass. It's not hot, so it's not going to burn the grass. It is potentially harmful to trees that are planted in the lawn or where you're applying the weed killer. So
no, I don't have any trees near it. It's just
spray it
out there by itself looking ugly.
Spray it, and then next spring, as early as February, but as late as April, maybe even May, use a pre-emergent, What I just recommended is a post-emergent, meaning the weed is already up and going. The pre-emergent is a preventative. It stops seed from germinating, so that will lessen the amount of it that comes up. Most people don't know that pre-emergence lasts about 3 months, so at least 2 applications. If you start early, it can be up to 3 applications. Dethatch and aerate and do all that raking stuff before you put the pre-emergence down, because it create a barrier and the weed seed will not go through. It either wrap around the seed of the seed, or it'll put a barrier and weeds will not come through it. But you've got to do all of the mechanical stuff you're going to do prior to putting it down.
Do I need to do the thatching type activity now too before I put this on? Or
No, this isn't contact. So here's the thing that most people again don't understand. Broadleaf weed killers need to be on the weed. So the longer the weed, the better. No watering after. What we typically do is we mow, we put down our weed killer, and we water it in. That is not the way to do weed killers. Weed killers do not get watered in. You don't mow. You want exposure. The more leaf that's there, the better. Spray it, and you leave it for at least 24. And because it's cool enough now, 48 hours with no water, then you can turn your water
back on. It really
back
doesn't need any now because the grass isn't growing much.
Yeah, well, you want to water once a week.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I appreciate your help. Am I spraying this over just the weeds or the whole lawn?
Just the weeds. No need to spray where there are not weeds.
Okay. All right.
Great question, Charlotte. Thanks for the call.
Bye.
Bye. Good answers, guy. One question. Come on. I know you're out there. 243-3333. And I don't know. I'm not going to put this number live because you don't want it out there. 235. What the heck is skunk cabbage? Jerry said
cabbage. It smells like skunk.
Pope and cabbage.
Now
I'm getting it. Yeah. The smell of cabbage. When I walked in the house, my poor bonus mom. Oh my gosh. She'd cook corned beef and cabbage every St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I walk in the house and smell cabbage and be like, I'm going to Mickey D's. I ain't eating that. I cannot.
I can't. My wife loves
can't do it. Let me know you're out there. Let me know you're listening. You can text if you want. Rather you call. The number is 505-243-3333. Richard from Jericho. Go to jerichonursery.com. One of my guys that is becoming an electrician in an apprenticeship is working through that and working for me, and asked yesterday, what's a frequent flower club all about? So if you're not familiar with it, we have a frequent flower club. It's a point system. We give you back dollars off your purchases. We email you some specials. We're tracking how much you spend and how often you come in, and we're doubling up your points and we're trying to get better at rewarding. We know that people want to be part of a community. We want to be part of that need to fill a hole in that community. So that is something that we're aspiring to, and our frequent flower club allows that to happen. 505-243-3333. One company that I think is doing a phenomenal job doing that, I should take lessons from her, is Chantel and Big Jim, her dad. Big Jim Farms down on Rio Grande. They're in a pause, but you heard their new commercial. They're one of my Christmas tree buyers. They buy Christmas trees and wreaths. Got hooked up and taught us that you could hand drill, though my wife and Heather want to use the machine, but they have an event. They have all kinds of events. So they'll have a Christmas thing, a hayride. They got animals down there. Again, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but we'll just promote their Christmas is coming, and they're looking forward to it. She did so much this fall. You Pick It Chili. Shout out to her too, because the other thing she did that was really, really amazing was right before that first frost we had in late October. She said to the general public, hey, come all, come pick what's left. Come pick. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. Free. You could just go pick whatever produce she had left growing on the acreage down there on Rio Grande and Candelaria. And so I said, hey, can I promote that on my website? She said, it's all gone. It went really, really fast. So good for her. Dinners, farm to table, Big Jim Farms, support them, local, buying Christmas trees through us. Going to have Christmas trees and wreaths, other stuff going on. Rob, Philip, I'm going to get you on the back side of the break. It is 505-243-3333. Thanks for calling. I do have to take this break. I am Richard from Jericho. We are 96.3 News Radio KKOB. We'll be right back. Back live in studio, Richard from Jericho here. Couple open phone lines. Philip will be right there. 243-3333. I have a tendency to think everybody listening is always listened and always heard. And so I rattle off the number real fast. And what I was taught this summer, late summer, early fall, slow down. Some people haven't heard my name, my voice, what I am, what I do. This is a call-in show that I answer gardening questions in and outside the home, bug questions, trees, shrubs, flowers, houseplants, and other stuff if you want. Thanksgiving, we always talk about something to be grateful for, and then people call in and say you, and I'm like, no, don't. That's an easy one. That's too easy. Find a hard one. Find something you're grateful for that you shouldn't be. Like me, I hate the homeless situation. And so a few Thanksgivings ago, I went to Taco Cabana and bought 20 dozen tacos and went to this park right down here and tried to feed the homeless. They didn't respond the way I wanted them to. Only 6 or 8 of 50 people showed up and kept coming back. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? I'm trying to feed them. They're like, they're just doing drugs in their tent. But I went against my grain, which was, get a job, get a house, stop, get out of a tent, and fed them. I ended up driving all over the North Valley and downtown area, giving food away everywhere I could, and ended up calling Joy Junction and saying, hey, will you take my food? And they're like, gladly. So do something like that. Do something that takes some effort. Just for today is one of the things I read. If you want to go check it out. Just Sprinklers. I just want to add dovetail onto their commercial. Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, $350, $344.99, $345 for a quart of wood. I'm telling you, I'm paying that wholesale, and they'll deliver it for free to those 3 cities. Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, or Santa Fe, free delivery. Oh, how does he do it? He does what he does. He's got big heart, big trucks. Can't miss him. No one that Just Sprinklers trucks in the neighborhood, get that big green spot on a white truck. Can't be missed. Free delivery on firewood. It's gonna get cold. It's only a matter of time. But get that wood, get it in your driveway, get it stacked. Philip, thanks for waiting. What can I do for you? Hey, Philip, can you hear me? I'm going to put you on hold. Have Jerry take a look. And go to Rob and come back. Hey, Rob, can you hear me?
Yes.
What can we do for you?
Yeah, I have a gravel driveway, and I've tried salt and Roundup. I've tried all kinds of blockers, and every year I still have a lot of weeds coming up.
I rarely recommend this because I don't like it much. But if there is no runoff and you're not going to get stuff in places you don't want it, which really, really precautionary. Careful. I am carrying a Sterilant. It's the same product as Kills-All is the name, but there's a Kills-All that kills like Roundup. And here's what you need to know, Rob, is Roundup only kills what's growing. It doesn't stop new ones from coming up. So that's the problem. You can kill and kill and kill. I don't know what it is about nightshade in my native grass, but it's 10 years I've been spraying it, and I'm spraying it before it gets seed. So that seed's been in the ground for decades is my guess. So I don't know that you ever completely eliminate it, but this Kills-All that is a soil sterilant kills dirt, which is again dangerous and can cause damage at places you don't need it. But a driveway, as long as you're not running it into the street, might be a way to go.
I've had good success moderately with the brush killer.
Yeah, brush and stump killer also, Rob, is one of the bomb diggities. That's strong stuff.
It's now whenever I dig more, then suddenly it pops up there.
Yeah.
But it's killing those tubers because those, no matter how much I pull.
Right. And it almost makes it worse when you start pulling and digging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it comes back in
stronger.
More stickery.
Yes. Philip, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks for waiting.
My call.
Yeah, sorry about the confusion there.
The question I have, we have a Japanese maple. When is the proper time of year to trim that, to do some pruning?
I'm learning just because it's my phrase of the year. I get a new one. This year's phrase of the year for me is somewhere in between. So there's professional and personal and there's somewhere in between. What Bacchus Trees has taught me is you can prune anytime, but pruning typically is done in the dormant season. So January, February seems to be the quote unquote, I'm doing my fingers in the air quote thing. January, February is ideal. But once the tree has gone dormant, which is not yet, mine are still in pots. Are just now getting some red leaves on them. They look pretty good. So when the leaves have all fallen off and before you encourage growth, as part of the dormancy period, the healing will take place a little faster. It's called compartmentalizing, where the cut is got a collar around it and it cleanly heals in the dormant period.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. 505-243-3333. Back to Earth commercial ran. It's a product that we recommend. We sell it when you buy a tree or shrub for us. We triple our warranty. Again, Brian asked about our Frequent Flower Club. I talked about that earlier. Hope he's listening. And he was going to sign up for our newsletter. We send out a newsletter every Thursday morning to get you a day ahead of the weekend. So everything that's going to be on sale goes from Thursday to Thursday. So he asked about the Frequent Flower Club and the fall is for planting stuff. And Back to Earth, he said, so what do we do? Root Stimulator and Back to Earth, triple your warranty. We have a 30-day warranty. Some people squawk to me, and I've got the time. In fact, I've got plenty of time to talk about it. But well, Lowe's and Depot offer a year. And I'm like, yeah, and Lowe's and Depot don't pay for the plant unless you buy it. That's the truth. And that's a brutal... And I guess I'm not asking to be sued, but I'm telling you what I think I know, somewhere in between professional, personal, somewhere in between. I triple my warranty. Scan pay is what it's called. And if a customer buys it, they pay for it. And if they don't have to. So they have nothing in it. They don't have to worry. And they are big enough in the industry. They're big enough in the nation. They're probably big enough in the world that they can tell the vendor, hey, we'll carry your product. We'll give you space on our shelf. But we're going to pay for what sells. I wish I had that power. What I have in power is knowledge and service. And we'll triple our warranty from 30 days to 90 days if you buy Back to Earth and use Root Stimulator. Because if you're going to grow something in Albuquerque and you're thinking you're going to do it without using those two products, I think that your odds are against you. I think that you should use compost in the soil when you plant. I think that New Mexico soil is terrible for growing stuff, and I want to grow more than Chamisa and Apache Plume and yuccas and cactus, though I'm growing those. I'm a beekeeper. I like keeping those as well. So we triple the warranty if you use the compost that's Back to Earth, and the sulfur added helps lower pH. And you can't control the whole rooting area of a tree, so 50-50 is as much as you want to use on a tree. If you can control the whole rooting area, you could use more, but Back to Earth is strong enough if you used it straight, it could burn. So you'd want to be cautious of that. Root Stimulator is a high middle number. That's a high phosphorus. And it's got IBA, excuse me for the big word, endobutyric acid. When you buy root tone, rooting hormone, that's IBA. So both of those products triple your warranty. And what does that mean? It's November 8th, December 8th, January 8th, February 8th. My trees that I'm going to buy are dormant. They have no leaves. How will I know in 90 days? Well, we'll honor the warranty to leaf out in the spring. So if you buy something now, fall is for planting and we guarantee it. Well, how will I know? Well, we'll guarantee it. If it doesn't leaf out, we'll give you a new one. So that's what we stand behind. We stand behind the knowledge. You got to water in the winter, but it's a lot less frequently than spring and summer. So fall is for planting and we guarantee it. Shelley, good morning.
Good morning, Rick. I don't have any experience with the Chinese pistache tree, but I've been hearing a lot about it.
Great tree.
And I inherited my mother's house in El Paso, and I know that they do grow in El Paso. My concern is I'm wanting to put one in the front yard on the east side of the house, because that bedroom window, it gets extremely hot in that bedroom. But right next to it, well, not right next to it, but there's a very mature mesquite tree. And I'm concerned about roots.
Is this in El Paso?
Yeah.
Okay. I chuckled to myself. Somewhere in between. Professional, personally, somewhere in between. Personally, I think you're fine. Professionally, I worry a little bit. Professionally, everything above ground is underground, and a pistache is a pretty big tree. It gets 30 by 30. I can't. That's rude. I am 62 years old and I don't have to worry about it. So how's that? 20 years from now, I'm probably, if I'm here, I'm not going to know. I'm not going to care. And it'll take 20 years for it to be a problem. Chinese pistachio is moderate to slow growing. It's ugly when they're small. They're weird looking and cockeyed and crooked and all that. But man, when you get one that's 10 years old, they are beautiful. The color in the fall, they're low water. They're amazing. But the root system is every bit as big as the top, and there is no exception to that. Above ground, underground. As below, so above. There is no question that the root system is as big as the tree, and it's a pretty big tree. So how close is the mesquite? Is it within 20 feet?
Probably not. I can put it out quite a bit. I'm trying to think in relationship, because the mesquite was planted more down towards the street, but the top part is, I mean, it's huge. It needs to be trimmed badly. Yeah. But like you said, those roots are still the same underneath the ground.
Correct. Yeah. Pruning the top doesn't stop the roots. So if you're 20 feet away, I think you're fine, but you should be at least 20 feet from the house too.
Okay.
Okay.
So in 5 years, about how tall would that tree
10
be?
by 10.
Okay.
Not big. After 5 years, once it gets kind of in, it'll amaze you, because I watched some, but 5 years, I'm like, yeah. So
Shelley, let me rephrase this question for you. In a fight between the pistache and the
mesquite,
who's going to win?
Oh, the mesquite's going to win.
Okay. But that's if they're like right next.
Yeah, if they're 20 foot apart, I think they're going to get along fine.
But and what's the average life expectancy on a mesquite?
30 years, 20 to 30 years.
3,000 years.
Okay. And see, I have no idea how old this mesquite is. The house before that was owned by my aunt before my mother had it. And the house was built in 1960.
And that mesquite's still there?
The mesquite's still there, but I have no idea when it was planted.
Well, you know that it's been in there a long, long time.
Yeah. So it could be that by the time the mesquite gets...
It's time to plant a pistache.
Okay. And I also read online that the pistache is related to this pistachio tree.
I have not. No, I don't think that's true.
Okay. You never know what you're going to read, because it said that they will get actual nuts. And I'm like, no. I've never heard that.
You know what? They do get here's the thing. They do get a thing. It's really cool. It's red and it gets in the fall. Beautiful. I wish but they don't sex them. So you don't know. And it's the male that gets the female that gets the fruit. And it's not a nut. It looks kind of like a nut, but it's really small, smaller than a pea. In a cluster, beautiful, but you don't know until you get them, which is 10 years from now. There's one called a Chinese pistachio, Red Push. Red Push is a stale variety that doesn't get the seed, but most people want the seed. I like it, but you don't know how to get it because they're not sexed. You don't know if it's a male or female.
Okay. And if you get and if it has the seed, is it a messy tree?
No, the seed.
Okay.
You'll see them right now. The seed hangs on forever, hangs on all fall. In my opinion, gives a great fall winter interest. Very attractive. The church here in Albuquerque, Desert Church, right there on Osuna, by the park. They've got some, and they've got the seeds on them. If you're in town, what's that?
I called earlier this summer, and you recommended a Agnestanthi or something. It's a bush.
Ely Agnes, ugly Agnes, we call it.
Yeah, and I love it.
Good. Is it blooming right now?
Yeah.
Blooms smell heavenly, don't they? Oh my gosh, I have one in my back door, and I'm just like, everybody's like, what is that smell? Ely Agnes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got such a nice contrast to everything else.
Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate it. I do too. We call it ugly Agnes because it's got gray foliage and it looks buggy a little bit, but can't kill the thing. It's in Russian olive is Ely Agnes. I take a music minute in my hour of teaching on Sunday nights. Maybe we talk about that on the other side of the break. 505-243-3333. I can't slow down, so I'll just say it a bunch of times. 505-243-3333. 505-243. Yes, I can slow down. It's 505-243-3333. I'm Richard from Jericho Nursery. Go to jerichonursery.com. Let me take my last break. Take a breath. Not drink any more coffee. And remember, it's 96.3 News Radio KKOB. I'll be right back. Back live in the studio. Yes. People on text don't leave their name. They don't have to. So, got a question. Got invaded with aphids. Should I spray with dormant oil? Absolutely, you should. Is that going to stop the aphids next year? Probably not. But I'm a real fan of oils because they're not toxins. Neem oil, my wife taught me, can be used as a dormant oil, and it has some fungicidal and insecticidal qualities other than suffocation, which is the oil. One of the gals that works for me, Amanda, says we can use all season oil stronger than in the summertime because you use it thicker and it does a lot more for bugs than we talk about. And you should use dormant oil at least twice, if not 3 times. All the leaves need to fall off, clean up. They're gone now, and they will be back next spring. Watch and spray. Probably necessary. Ladybugs are another option for that. So thanks for the text. Somewhere in between.
I've got a question because I had a tree out front,
okay,
and it had aphids. It's a globe willow, and the hornets or the wasps would come and milk the aphids.
Yeah. Ants do the
So who's
same.
going to win between the
Usually the aphids,
ladybugs and the wasps?
the ladybugs, but it's because of numbers. Because there's just not hundreds of wasps, and you let out when you buy ladybugs, there are 1,000 in the package, and you could let them all go at once, but people get upset because they're going to disappear once the food source is gone. So they eat all the ladybugs in the next, or excuse me, aphids in the next couple of days, and then they go looking for food. So we recommend letting a few go out at a time. They come in a little butter canister that's got air holes in the top. You keep them in the fridge. In the evening, you let a few go at the base of the tree. You wait till they're gone. You let a few more go. But typically, if you get a real bad infestation, the aphids will win. So you might have to spray thumb on the end of a hose and disorienting the aphids and knocking them off helps before letting go ladybugs. Sometimes that's enough to kill aphids. I think I've said this before. I don't spray my roses anymore because my wife can taste the honey, roses in my honey, so I'm not spraying. I just would rather have a few aphids or thrips or bugs than I would to have pesticides in my honey. There's professional and there's personal, and there's somewhere in between, and I'll be straight with you. Do you want one answer or the other or both? Probably give them both to you. I'll be at the nursery here in an hour and a half or so if you want to come in and say, hey, thanks for being part of my day, allowing me to be part of yours. Thanks for allowing me into your home. Don't know how much I appreciate it. Really, really do. JerichoNursery.com. Get on my email, become a frequent flower club. Until next time, I so appreciate y'all. Have a great week. I'm out.